plan approved by Mendocino County, I believe, to demolish the old pharmacy building, which is one of the vacant commercial spaces that are currently tending towards blight. And if he would execute that permit and tear down the vacant building, not the shops, I'd like to see the shops stay, but just the vacant building, you get 20 parking spaces right there, and he's got the permit. So these are just some of the possibilities that could brighten up our town and bring more money into the county from taxes here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bauer. And Mr. Hayes, speaking to this item? Yes, okay.
Good morning, and thank you all for that long arduous trip over here. I invite any one of you or groups of you, if you'd like, to take a tour of town. I know some of you have had a chance to take a look around town, but I would personally enjoy taking some of these to some of the other businesses, industrial areas, commercial areas, and maybe the airport on the ridge, if none of you have seen that, which I know. And I'm sure Mr. Hay would probably love to do the same with this gravel mining, this operation, which is a really wonderful facility here in our community and entirely needed for all of us. But my real reason for being here today is I own the property underneath the surf market, and the surf center project, which you heard an appeal on in February, I believe the 26th of February this year, which you voted against the appeal on our project, which brought our project forward to the Coastal Commission. It is still in its infancy there at the Coastal Commission, and I don't know when it will be settled, but frankly, my notes here today are, I think Terry Fagan pretty much said it all about the surf market. If you look at the community and where it's gone, I've been here since 1948. I'm not a 1971 newcomer, or it's 1990 newcomer. I've been here since 1948. So I've seen everything from tractors going down the highway and horses and carriages to the red carpet being removed and a truck rate, which is a real wonderful event for our community. I have seen also 3 sawmills go under in this community. Large sawmills that did a lot of work and provide a lot of jobs in the community. I'm really concerned about the economic impact to the surf market on the streetscape. We have 7 parcels that are currently occupied with businesses and have a real difficult time parking today. You know, in the 70s, when some of those parcels were developed, we never envisioned the parking problems we have today. In Mendocino County, name another community where parking is eliminated on Highway 1. If you look up and down, there are no others. So I have to agree with Naomi that maybe our streetscape plan needs to be revisited. Maybe we need some larger parking lots. Maybe we need a development district that buys a parcel for parking. And there could be some of those available here in the community. But we're growing. It's inevitable. The Sea Ranch is growing. They're committed not to have a commercial center. We are their commercial center. Most of you probably don't know that. This is it. We either provide it here or they go someplace else. And do you want to spend the money here? I think the answer is yes. The property that Caltrans currently owns on Highway 1, the streetscape being considered, there are 2 parcels that they physically own and have a deed for. The rest of Highway 1 is prescriptive. It goes back to my family. So if you take 14 places off the front of the surf market, right on the street next to them, and say you can't park there when they're currently 50, and you take 11 more off the side that are impacted by the streetscape, that's 25 missing of 50. You just stood them up in front of the dartboard and said, dang it, dead. That viable community business that supplies people for over 50 miles of this coast needs to continue, needs to survive. The only way I can change that, Ms. Moran says, is do a change in the buildings and businesses. Not having fully looked at that, just having some rough drawings of what that might look like, doesn't give us a complete solution. So I think this community action plan needs a little more time, needs some more finessing, and I hope that we can all get not be so separated that we can come up with a solution. And I encourage you folks to help us, and I encourage the community to help us get there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. I believe Mr. Hayes, the last speaker I have.
And this is the issue that I want to talk on initially, is there any capital comments?
Sure. After Mr. Hayes.
Mr. Sayer would like to speak before me, Your Honor.
Okay, all right.
We've talked about tourism a couple of times, just to put this in perspective, I'd just like the community to know, and of course the board, the latest figures that we have for TOT taxes just in Guala is about $315,000. However, that pales by comparison to Sea Ranch, about $750,000 a year in TOT taxes, which works out to the equivalent of about $10 million worth of rent and tourism impact that hit Mendocino County at our level. Regarding the plan, what a great effort. I've attended all the meetings on the plan. I want to compliment our RM design, but I think Keith might have walked into a bee's nest on some of this. You know, in many places, you have a community with public properties so that you can create